I called 911 to report an attack. But when the cops arrived, I was the one getting questioned while the woman who had just rammed her SUV into my fence was crying in their arms, claiming she feared for her life. That was the day I learned that in my neighborhood the HOA didn't protect justice, it protected Karen. It all started on what was supposed to be the best day of the year. The sun was perfect, the breeze light and warm, and I was standing in my driveway beside my brand new RV, the one I'd worked my tail off for. It wasn't just a vehicle, it was freedom on wheels. My girls, Tia and Simone, were there, laughing, loading the cooler with wine, arguing over whether the ridiculous pink flamingo would even fit. We'd planned this road trip for over a year, a black women unplugged getaway. No work, no stress, just the open road and good vibes. And then she appeared, out of nowhere, like a storm in human form. Blonde hair sprayed into a helmet-pink cardigan, that smug HOA president energy radiating from her every step. She stomped across her lawn finger, already wagging before she even opened her mouth. Is that why you people are always renting things because you can't afford to own anything nice? You probably stole that thing anyway. I swear, for a second I thought I misheard. Who even talks like that, Simone? Froze mid-laugh, her phone slipping down to her side. Tia's jaw just dropped. Me. I felt that cold, sharp anger crawl up my spine. I stood there in my driveway next to my RV, and this woman was accusing me of stealing it. "Excuse me," I said, trying to stay calm. She sneered. "This neighborhood has standards. We don't need people like you bringing property values down." Then she waved at my RV like it was something contagious. Tia snapped out of it first. "Lady, the only thing bringing property values down is your creepy gnome army. And, yeah, we own our stuff. Maybe you should try that instead of financing your whole life on credit." Karen's face went red, then purple. "How dare you? I am a respected member of this community. I will not be spoken to like that by ghetto trash." I stepped forward, voice flat, hands steady. "You need to get off my property. Right now." She glared, spun on her orthopedic sandals, and stomped home. I thought that was the end of it. I was wrong. A minute later, her SUV engine roared. I turned just in time to see her slam it in reverse straight into my fence. The sound was awful, splintering wood, cracking paint, the sound of something deliberate. Then she floored it, tires screeching down the street. We stood there speechless. My beautiful fence, painted just last weekend with my husband, was a pile of broken boards. Tia was fuming. "That crazy witch did that on purpose?" Simone, hands shaking, whispered, "I think I caught it. On video." Turns out she had been vlogging our trip prep the whole time, camera rolling from the first cooler pack. We had the entire meltdown on film, her insults, the crash, everything. That realization gave me just enough breath to call 911. When the cops showed up, I felt a flicker of hope. Finally, proof. Justice. But then, Karen reappeared, like some twisted actress stepping on cue. She ran toward the second police car, sobbing actual heaving movie-grade sobs, and pointed right at us. "Those are the women who threatened me. They tried to attack me." I swear my stomach dropped. I could see it already, the narrative flipping. We were the aggressors now. Officer Miller, older board, took my statement with half his attention, while the younger cop Chen actually examined the tire marks. Miller asked if I might have raised my voice or come off aggressive. I wanted to scream. Instead, I said calmly, "The only thing I did was tell her to get off my property." But then Simone held up her phone. "We have the video." Just like that, the air changed. Miller's tone shifted. Chen watched the footage right there, jaw tightening. The whole ugly scene. Karen's slurs, the crash, her escape played out in clear HD. It should have been game over. But instead of arresting her, they gave her a citation and told me to file an insurance claim. A ticket. For ramming my fence and spewing hate. That was it. By the time the patrol cars left, the day was ruined. We sat inside, numb. Simone started backing up the video to every device she owned. Tia paced like a caged tiger. "If she gets away with this," she muttered. I didn't answer. I was on the phone with my husband, who wanted to come home immediately. But what could he do? The damage was already done. Then came the letter. thick envelope HOA logo in the corner. I opened it, and my heart sank. Notice of violation. According to Maple Grove HOA, I had broken 3 bylaws, parking the RV longer than 24 hours, creating a public disturbance, and failure to maintain property standards, aka my broken fence. The one she destroyed. I felt sick. She'd gone to the HOA. She was weaponizing it. They're siding with her, I whispered. Tia snatched the letter. This is insane. She wrecked your fence, and now you're the one in trouble. For a moment, I wanted to give up. Move away. Sell the house. I'd worked so hard to get here to live in a good neighborhood, and now I felt like an intruder in my own home. Maybe I should have just stayed quiet. Maybe fighting would make it worse. But then Simone grabbed my hand. No, we're not letting her win. We're not backing down. That night, I called Angela, a friend from college, now a civil rights attorney. When I told her everything, she didn't even hesitate. We'll fight this on 3 fronts, she said. Criminal HOA and civil. She picked a fight with the wrong women. Her confidence lit a fire in me. And when Tia suggested posting the video online, that fire turned into gasoline. I hesitated. Once it's out there, there's no going back, I warned. But Tia was right. We've been polite long enough. So Simone posted it, captioned simply, 3 black women trying to go on a girls' trip. This is what living while black looks like. At first, nothing. Then, boom. It spread like wildfire. Hundreds of thousands of views, then millions. The comments flooded in. Support, outrage, empathy. And of course the trolls. But for once the truth was louder. Then Karen struck back. 2 days later, she was on the local news standing in front of her rose bushes, crocodile tears flowing. I'm being harassed. My life has been ruined, she sobbed. It was all a misunderstanding. Watching her performance made my blood boil. She painted herself as the fragile old lady victimized by us, the angry women. Her lawyer sent us a cease and desist letter demanding we take the video down. Angela laughed. Truth isn't defamation, she said. Let them try. But the attacks got uglier. Anonymous reviews about my husband's job. Simone's YouTube channel flooded with hate. They wanted to break us down. Then one night Simone got an email. The subject line read, I know your neighbor. It was from a woman who had worked with Karen years ago, another black woman who said Karen had harassed her at their firm until she quit. She'd even signed an NDA that had since expired and offered to testify. Reading that email felt like finding the missing puzzle piece. Karen's racism wasn't new. It was her entire personality. And just when I thought we'd seen it all, my next-door neighbor showed me footage from his Ring camera. 2:17 a.m. There they were, Karen and her husband sneaking across the street, dumping a bag of garbage onto my lawn, setting me up for property neglect. That was it. The mask was off. The quiet husband, the she has anxiety excuse lies. They were both in on it. Angela was furious. This isn't just harassment anymore, it's malice. You've got them cold. The HOA hearing was scheduled 3 days later. I'd dreaded it, but now I couldn't wait. The room looked like a miniature courtroom, long table 3 committee members up front. Karen sat across from me. Pink sweater hair, perfect husband, silent beside her. Their lawyer started with his rehearsed sympathy act. My clients are pillars of this community. They only sought to maintain neighborhood harmony. Then Angela stood. Calm, precise, terrifying. Let's rely on facts, not feelings, she said. She pulled out a tablet. This video was taken 2 nights ago. The screen lit up with night vision footage Karen's husband creeping across the street dumping trash on my lawn. You could hear someone in the room gasp. The board members exchanged looks. Angela turned off the video. That's Exhibit 1. Now Exhibit 2. Simone connected her phone and played the original clip, Karen's voice shrieking, "You people probably stole that thing anyway." Then the crash, the fence breaking. By the time it ended, you could have heard a pin drop. Karen's lawyer fumbled with his notes. Her husband turned gray. Angela folded her arms. This is not a neighborly misunderstanding. This is targeted harassment, vandalism, and an attempt to falsify evidence. The HOA president leaned forward, jaw tight. Mrs. Whitmore, do you have anything to say for yourself? Karen's eyes met mine. For a second, I thought maybe, just maybe, she'd apologize. Instead, she hissed, "They're the ones ruining this neighborhood." That was the moment she lost everything. The board didn't even deliberate. They voided every violation against me, fined her for property damage, and issued a 3-year restraining order. Angela whispered, "Game over." Karen just sat there staring at the table-pink cardigan, trembling. Her husband wouldn't even look at her. Within weeks, a for-sale sign appeared on her lawn. The house that she'd fought so hard to protect from people like me was no longer hers. The day the moving truck came, I watched quietly from my window. She glanced over, once eyes full of the same bitter hatred, and then she was gone. The street felt lighter after that, quieter, almost peaceful. Neighbors started waving again. I didn't celebrate. I just exhaled for the first time in months. She'd tried to destroy my peace, my reputation, my sense of belonging, and in the end, she destroyed herself. Because hate always costs more than it thinks it does.